your Drum Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, we're going to be doing another tribute to Sinead O'Connor today. This time with a song you've never heard of before, but this is my favorite song from her. Although I haven't heard this song in a long time. It's not on the radio often. It's not something that just comes up that I want to play, but with her passing, and I was just going through her catalog, I'm like, oh my goodness, this song was so good.
What was good about it?
It's such a fun song. It's much more lively and much more like rock compared to her other stuff. But it was just so well written. It was a real bop. But I also really kind of appreciated that it was, kind of thematically fits within like her in terms of how she expressed herself. And for her, the concept of the emperor's new clothes. You ever heard of that tale? About how an emperor went to this tailor, and this is a fairy tale kind of story, and the tailor made him fake clothes. But he told him, no, these are real clothes. So the emperor, basically naked, left thinking he was wearing clothes. But I think because he was the emperor, no one dared say it. And everyone was like, oh, you look great. You look great. So the emperor is basically living in a fantasy world as if like he's wearing, the emperor's clothes, when in reality he was completely naked. It's like a wake-up call, right? Of like, don't just fall victim to like, what you hear. You got to like, go and discover the truth type of thing. For her, that was what was always kept her grounded of, finding the truth about herself and what life was going to bring her. And the music video I hadn't seen in a really long time too. So I think this was a heavy rotation at one point on MTV, but it was just quirky because she, just like her and her personality, she has a kind of dance that is very quirky, if you will. We were talking recently about how Post Malone has a quirky dance. She also has a quirky dance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
But very fitting for this song. This is why I think I loved it even more when I saw this music video. It just showed a side of her that is just much more expressive compared to, nothing compares to you.
That.
All right, yo, let's check this out. By the way, you want to hear some wicked wild stories, you got to check out my channel.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show.
All right, let's do this.
Said it was dangerous after Sunday.
love this song.
It
Oh my
is very
gosh.
quirky.
It's so
It's
quirky.
so
It's
new
so
to my ears, and yeah, so unique. I was looking at her moves and, and like, wow.
I realize now that I think she is actually pretty quirky like this in real life, but there's also like acting that's going on here to tell her story. And I don't think I picked up on this like until maybe age, makes you much more aware of like, and looking back, reflecting like all that she went through. But it really is a performance of what her life was going through at that time. Like that whole stage, right? Like you just come up there and it's like nervous ticks, like I got to perform. Everyone's scrutinizing her. And so she just starts dancing and performing. And it feels like this is what I got to do. But then as she's performing, and the show gets bigger and bigger, and she tells you the truth. And it's like, it's an uncomfortable truth. And that's when it's sort of revealed, like the Emperor's New Clothes are all those people that feel untouchable. Like they're the ones who are going through life going like, you know what? We don't care what you say because we're untouchable. And she's just exposing that reality of like, y'all are naked now, right? Everyone can see the truth, and the truth has been exposed. So she is summarizing this whole song, that whole journey, like going back and looking at how she feels at that time too. It's really profound.
I can hear it in the lyrics. You explained it well.
Well, honestly, I didn't pick up on that when I used to hear it. I just thought it was just a really good song. I mean, I knew she was going through this, but I don't think it was as clear back then of what was being exposed. I just thought it was more of like in general, like, regimes, right? Things that hold you back and how you had to rise up against it. I love the song. I could listen to this all day, honestly.
Was she a model before?
I don't know if I remember even seeing her with hair before. I think that was kind of always her look and her way of rebelling, but she was always that beautiful.
Yeah, she has that beauty.
Very piercing eyes, and when she looks at you, it feels like she's looking straight into your soul.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's like a model. She has that model face. Yeah.
She could sing. I mean, she was beautiful. Mm-hmm. She was very outspoken, and her songs were just really, really good. So it's, the world lost another one today, unfortunately, but her music will live on.